What are you training for?
Life.
Iron Nation, welcome back to the Train for Life podcast. In this special episode, we hear from one of our very own members turned franchise partners, Kendra. Kendra's joined by her mom, Mary. Take a listen, learn about their ISI journey, starting from members to owner, including relocating to a new city to open the first ISI location in the Atlanta market. This is Train for Life.
I joined as a member at the Dilworth location here in Charlotte, and I loved the workouts first, but then I was brand new to Charlotte, didn't know anyone, and so it was a real way for me to get connected with the community. So I met a lot of friends through that community and learned a lot more about the organization, about the Christian emphasis, the community aspect. I really admired kind of the work ethic of Adam and what he had built. And so I fell in love with that, identified a lot with it. And my side is that I reached out to my mom and dad, and they asked me like 10 questions, none of which I knew the answer to. I didn't know any of the information that they wanted to know. And they were like, this just sounds like a pipe dream or whatever. And I had to go back 2 or 3 more times, and Kelly helped me a lot with compiling the necessary information to get them to be bought into this. And once we were all bought in and we had a couple of meetings as a family, there's been no turning back from there.
That's awesome. So you ultimately decided to go into this together at that point and say, hey, we're going to be a partnership. And have either of you ever owned or started a business before at all? No. So walk me through that, because I know that's a huge leap of faith, right? Never owning a business before. And I'm super passionate about empowering women in business specifically, so I'd love to dive into that as well. Yeah, talk me through what that looks like, those conversations, and how you guys landed to do this as a mom-daughter duo.
Well, Mom has a ton of experience in management, has a ton of experience in corporate America with kind of, I think, being very persuasive, authoritative, great decision-making skills, and being involved in fitness, has that background. And then I'm definitely a people person, pretty outgoing and social, and want to be well connected. So the things we have, I think, complement each other well. We had no idea what we were getting into when we started a business. Not one single idea. And I don't think either of us would change it, and we haven't even opened yet, but we've learned so much. The process of business licensing, commercial contract, permitting, and then also learning about brand standards and the world of franchising and how we kind of fit in there. We've learned a ton. So it's been a journey, and we're just beginning.
Not even open.
But
it's
been great to do it together.
Yeah, it absolutely has been. Kendra was still working full time, so I actually started getting things moving. Like we got the LLC going. Right. We applied for the small business loan. I did the bank account. I was just in the background getting the foundations and things together on what we had to do there. And it really was just, we were on our own. We had an attorney who helped us through the leasing process, but pretty much everything else we've pretty much learned on our own.
Yeah. Well, we've learned a lot through ISI.
Oh, and
like
ISI,
the resources.
They gave us they gave us sort of the blueprint of what we needed to do.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anybody telling us that if you want to do a business. Of course, we've had help with the woman in Sandy Springs with our business license, which was great. But you just have to look and find the people and read up and try to figure out, how do we need to do this and what do we need to do. And we've had advice along the way.
Yeah.
But I think we've really just learned a ton.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. And it helps you personally too, because then you realize, wow, we can do this.
Yeah, we say all the time, like when we hit a bump, oh, well, now we know that for the second one.
Yeah.
We're like, well, no, we will definitely do this for the second one. We've probably said that like a dozen times so far.
That's the other thing. So you guys initially secured 2 territories, right? So you were first to market in the Atlanta market. Yeah. So no ISIs around. Walk me through that conversation. Say, hey, there's nobody around here.
Yeah.
There's open territories, right? We could do 1, we could do 10. Like, how do you end up at securing 2 territories, and what is the thought process behind that?
Well, at the time, I was in Charlotte and really loving my life here. So I initially wanted to buy here.
Yeah.
But the market was sold out, at least in the Charlotte area. So probably beyond that, we were thinking about where we have the most contacts. And me growing up in Atlanta and her having her professional career majorly there.
Yep.
We chose Atlanta just because no one was there. It sounded like a really cool, fun venture to take there.
Yeah.
And then we had the most contacts there that we felt like we could kind of utilize to get us up and going.
Yeah. A win-win for ISI as well, because they wanted to get into that market.
Yes.
Sure.
And I think part of it was they knew that Kendra grew up in Atlanta.
Right.
Yes.
So I think it was kind of both minds came together and said,
This could be a great fit.
this would be a great fit for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
The way we decided on 2 is because we purchased our territories during a half off promo. So ISI sent an email. I had been thinking about it. I had met with Miranda and then Kelly, and they sent an email that was like, purchase now. It wasn't half off, but there was some discount for current members.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to go with 2, but we were like, why not? I think also our plan is in the future to do more than just 2.
Yeah.
We'd like to do more, but it's a lot of equity up front. So we want to make sure something we were going to be good at, that was going to be a good fit, that we could do it, I think. Really, we had to make sure we could do it first. So that's kind of how we decided on 2.
Sure. Well, you guys are killing it right now. So, Kendra, talk me through a little bit about, I know you like to coach. You've wanted to do coaching as well. Do you feel like you have to coach in the facility, or you just want to, or walk me through that decision making a little bit?
Well, I think our product is coaching. Our product is our workouts, the experience we're delivering to our members when they walk in the door. So for me, it makes sense that, it's not going to be this way for every owner. So I don't think it's the blueprint, but for me personally and my passions, it made sense for me to step into that role as well. So I don't think every owner needs to be a coach, but I think there's value in being able to do what your team is doing and stepping in and supporting and knowing the role.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like twofold, but personally and selfishly, it's always been a dream of mine to coach other people athletically. I was a swim coach in high school, college, and then right when I graduated college, I coached swimming. And so I have done it before, and I know what it feels like when you change someone's life. And for me, it was kids, like learning to pass the swim test. A parent's joy when like their kid swims from one end of the pool to the other.
Yep.
It was fulfilling for me to be able to know I made that impact on a child. So it's transferable to adults when they come in and maybe they're unsure of where they belong in ISI or gym in general. And then you make them part of a community and excited to show up every day. That's kind of why we do what we do.
Right. That's so cool. Well, real quick, just wrapping up, there's going to be people listening to this that may be about to go through or considering going through the same thing that you guys are currently doing. So if you just had one piece of advice to give them a little bit of candy, what you got for them?
I would say do it. It's been the best decision we've made for our relationship, for self-confidence, and knowing, like, if you have a hesitation, find out more information about it.
Right.
And then ISI gives you the tools to be successful. You just have to want it. So if you want it, I would say do it.
Yeah, and there's a great network. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I think that really helped me last year was when I went to convention.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all these people there that are at different stages in their opening.
Yeah.
And we were so new, we didn't really know what.
Yeah.
More than Kendra, because she actually was a member at the gym, so she knew what the concept and what the product was. But for me, I met a lot of really good people, and people that you stay in touch with when you leave, and they'll help you out because we're all a team and we all want to be successful because that's the object of the game. You know.
I love that.
Yeah. So definitely good.
Yeah. The one thing I would say for young people too is like if you have a dream and you don't have the financial means to do it. For me, it was my mom, and we have a great relationship, but try and find those people that believe in you and like what you're doing. And, make them passionate about the product you want to provide to other people.
Yeah, because that was not an immediate sale, right? You took it to your parents and they said, "Hey,
right,
what are you doing here?"
Yeah,
and you had to sell it to them essentially, right?
Definitely, yeah. I had to find out more information.
But you were passionate about it, right? Yeah. So, awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much. It's been great talking with you.
You too.
You're welcome.
Congratulations on your opening coming up.
Yeah.
And we'll be following you on socials.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So much.